Radiant team ban.
Oh.
Dire team ban.
Hold on a second. Hold on, Dota TV.
Radiant team pick.
Sand King.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the TI7 South American Qualifiers. We have Infamous versus SG Esports here in game number 3 of this best of 5, in what could be our final game of the entire South American Qualifier. So, thank you so much for joining us here on Moonduck TV2. My name is Mom. With me today is
10
Brent.
seconds remaining.
Hey, buddy.
I refuse to believe it. It won't happen.
A 3-0?
No, it can't happen.
I
won't allow it.
I agree with you because I think that SG Esports is a very good team, despite the struggles they've had recently, as I was unaware of. Up until just recently myself. But
that's true. They have not been looking too hot.
They look good today too, honestly.
Yeah.
Like in the early game from this series, in the last 2 series they played, they look very good. And Infamous somehow managed to pull it out every time. A lot of it is probably Tomato, to be honest, because I think that guy's a great player, but I don't know.
It's a little ridiculous.
They just can't get over Infamous, I guess.
Yeah, we had the first 2 games of the day. If you guys missed it, Mad Kings, Tavo played this unbelievable Sand King. Tavo was just all over the place, setting up all the kills. He was the man. It was GG. It was over. And then the second series, they had to ban it. In fact, they stole it first in the first game, and then they just banned it in the second game. And then Tavo just went off on Legion Commander. And then he moves right into the Bat Rider. Boom, done. Tavo carrying games. Doing his thing. Had an Aghanim Scepter on a Legion Commander like 20-some minutes. Like, who does that? No one does that.
Tavo does that.
But now, Tavo gets his hero. First game, doesn't work out that well.
Yeah.
And then next game, he gets the Bat Rider. Didn't work out again.
No.
And now he's got the Sand King again. So, like, that was what was giving me the most confidence when I watched their drafts. But even now, I'm a little bit worried. And then we go back to this Razor, something that was banned every single game against Infamous. And then SG Sports led it through game 1. They won with it. Game 2, they ignored it. But now they're just right back at it.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure the reasoning behind the Razor and why grab it here. Maybe it's because the Sand King was banned out last game. I don't know. There was here they had to deal with to do with Razor. I don't know.
My logic would be that the Clockwork, the Juggernaut's better against the Clockwork. I think Razor would struggle more in those situations. You'd have to go for like the Blade Mail build for it to be the best.
Right.
Whereas in this case, Razor works better with Clockwork with the ranged attack. You can hit over the cogs very easily and cast your spells even with the cast range talent at 15. And better against Sand King too. When he like burrows on top of you, you just he's in trouble. He's not enjoying life in those situations.
10 seconds.
We shall see how this turns out for these next couple picks. We have Lena, Breast Esports, and we have a couple more bans. Undying was taken out, which was infamously used in game 1 from SG Esports, along with the Anti-Mage, which they also used in game 1. That will be banned out, and then of course you have the Quap ban, which is very, very fair against Tomato.
Yeah.
Probably his best here, but it's hard to say that after the performance he just had in Viper. But he's been playing very well with it recently. So some very standard bans. One more ban to come through. Maybe the Shadow Fiend because of that Clockwork combination we saw from SG. Although we saw SG lose with it. Maybe Infamous feels stronger with it. I don't know. I'm not
It's kind of like a mobile hero for Tomato, though, when you have this Razor. Like, Razor and Shadow Fiend kind of do the same thing. I would almost just ban the Puck, honestly.
Yeah.
To take that away from Tomato. It's one of his best heroes. I do like the Lena early on. You could potentially do that flex pick where, like, TNC, I think, have been the most likely people to do it, where they will throw this Lena in the 5. They'll actually ban out the TA, another good hero against the Lena mid, so that's totally fair. And also an amazing Tomato hero, one of his biggest signature ones of all time across his years of playing. So also fine with that. But there's no hope of getting Lena if you want to wait for the second phase. So SG Esports, last game, they want this hero. They're going to move into it, and they're willing to pick it up early because of that. They got away with the late game picks in one of the series today. 9th and 10th, they grabbed the Lena.
That's pretty insane. That's some series value.
But this game, both times it was banned out in the second phase, and they really wanted it.
Yes, and I think for good reason. I think ADR on the hero did very well in the series he played earlier against Midas Club Elite in those 2 games. It was kind of sketchy from time to time. He didn't have the best farm in some of them, but he was able to turn it around and make things happen. But you're right. It's not going to be there if you let it go into the second phase of bans. However, Infamous will grab the Bat Rider for King Tekka. So it's been Legion. It's been Bat Rider. What did he play last game?
The Void.
The Void. That's right.
Yes,
that's right.
Lovely Chronos.
Hero. And now he's going to have his go-to.
feel like every time I watch Clock
10
Bat Rider, it
seconds
does pretty
remaining.
well. SG Esports had a win with it today, but of course they did just lose with it. So
Yeah.
see if they have a little
5
bit
seconds remaining.
better run with it here on Infamous and close this one on out here. But currently, again, the same problem we kind of talked about last time was that burst
Time.
damage during the lasso. Even with the troll ult, they struggled to finish off people during the actual lasso. It's not as important as finishing off people during duel, which is one thing you look for to Legion Commander, but generally teams do tend to do a little bit better, it seems, when you can get that burst damage with your Bat Rider. But even Puck, I still think would be enough to add into that if Infamous want to go that route.
I'm that's the one I'm definitely looking for. You mentioned the TA, which of course is one of Tomato's go-tos, but I'm kind of more surprised they didn't ban out the Puck because of how good he is right now. He's like one of the highest hero picks, I think, in this tournament. You guys were looking at it earlier. I don't remember off the top of my head.
Why don't we?
It was like Night Stalker was one, I think.
Yeah,
And
we should take a look and see just how it's been changing. Pretty fun across numerous regions as well, but so far for TI, the most we're going picked and banned combined. It is still Night Stalker position 1, followed up by the Clockwork, the Sand King, the Nyx, and Puck. So 5th overall, Queen right behind too. So Lena also in the top 10 or 12 or so. So you guys are pretty well familiar with these heroes at this point. And speaking of familiar, it's the Nyx Assassin counter against the Bat Rider.
Speak of the devil.
Yeah,
There he is.
that guarantees Tavo will once again be on the Sand King, the position for Nyx Assassin. And if there's one way that Moth Dota wants to end himself a Knight of Cass in Dota, it's with a Viper victory.
That's
the two
true.
V's that give Mott great pleasure.
However, I would say I'm more interested in 5 games today. So
Let's go.
as
I'm
much
down.
as I like the Viper
The
pick,
fans want it. I see you guys. I see some salty fans
10
out there.
seconds.
I know you guys love SG. I love you too. Don't worry.
SG are definitely good enough to turn this around, even though
5
they lost to the Viper pretty well-handedly last game. One way to do that is with a Weaver. He's
team
pretty
back.
hard to take down as a Viper because you don't have the lockdown you're looking for. He's a natural Linkage carrier against the Bat Rider. He's also very good against the Razor in terms of breaking the static link with the Shikuchi. And, yes.
They actually had to play another hero. Just realized.
Yay!
Because Rubik's been banned, and who leaves a 5 this late? Honestly, both
Radiant
teams
team banned.
potentially looking for the 5 role unless they do a switch over with the
So-
Lena because of the Viper.
But what is still available? You have CM, which is available.
Disruptor.
Disruptor, which is good against Weaver.
All right, this would be a sick Lion game for Infamous, but
Oh, yeah.
it's not often you get this late in the draft and you have to
10
kind of come back with an old
seconds
Lion. Ancient Apparition, I think, is pretty good too for the lasso
5
and the general
seconds
pushing.
remaining.
Dazzle would be fine if they wanted to keep an earlier tempo. We should wait till we see the SG Esports pick to figure out
Reserve
exactly what kind of
time.
speed their draft's going to have and what their objective timings will be,
Yeah.
especially if what's going to matter between Lena being 5 or another hero.
I would assume Infamous are looking for more lockdown against the Weaver. For SG Sports, I don't know what the hell they
A
want.
Shadow Shaman ban could be a good safe one here for SG Esports if they don't want it.
Yes, because they still have this early tempo with a Viper Razor kind of thing, and
Yeah.
that Viper could go Ags again like he did previously, and they could just do like you have that, and they banned the Disruptor, which again was
Radiant
something we talked about.
team
Is very good against the Weaver.
He's probably the most popular at 5 left, I would say.
I would say so too. Yeah.
Other than CM, but once you've seen all these heroes and they have a Weaver, you would definitely want the Static Storm.
I'm into Rasta, man. I just wish he was a little faster. That dude is like no movement speed. I think he's slower
It's
than
true.
CM.
He is very
Is he
slow.
slower than CM? I don't know.
10
he's around the
seconds
same.
remaining.
Okay.
Yeah. CM's way down there these days.
Yeah, she's rough.
She's dumpstered.
5 seconds
The
remaining.
dumpster tier runner.
But she can jungle.
That is true. I mean, I love myself some CM. She's actually the best hero ever. But
Rasta does not have that luxury. Does it really not have the stats there?
no,
It's
it
gotta have it
does.
somewhere.
I just forget how to click it. Yeah, there it is.
Stats. Oh, about. Okay. All right.
Oh yeah, she's 275 now, so she is slower. I think he's 280.
Speaking of AA, they will pick it up for
Dire
SG, which
team
is a
pick.
classic with a Weaver, I think. And that means that this
Oh, he's
is
285.
I
sorry.
guess it could be an AA. Maybe we saw that from Smell from time to time, but it probably is the mid laner for ADR.
Yeah,
I would
so
assume.
I actually think that AA would have been so good for Infamous, but it's also good for Weaver because that used to be an old classic. Was the
Yes.
Geminate attack and the Ancient
10
Apparition,
seconds
adding that
remaining.
bonus damage. So this will be quite good for them. They don't have the best
5
setup. Well, I guess
seconds
the thing is they have the blink from Tavo, and then as long as Nyx can follow up with a stun, they do have a long duration to allow them to get that
Reserve
Ice
time.
Blast in there. So great way to counter up against the Viper. Very solid stuff here. Could look for an Oracle potentially. Now, usually like
man.
against AoE saves, it's not very good.
Yeah.
But with Viper being like such the main target and Razor too, could have.
You called it.
It was my first guess. I'm still pretty pleased with that. I'm not gonna lie,
We throw like
because I
5
never
arrows.
see a fucking lion, and I did just snipe it. But
I will give
I
it
should.
to
I
you.
shouldn't have.
I will
shouldn't
give
have
it
went
to you.
away with my.
You should have just said, I'm picking
I always
lion.
dive to the lion was the gut, but honestly, who takes lion?
Just say, I'm picking lion and then stop talking.
I think the Oracle
Yeah,
was
that's
good
it.
though.
Oracle would have been insane, dude.
Yeah.
If you picked that, then I'm like, I'm done. Because Oracle is never picked anymore.
No,
Was
well
it-
he's more popular than lion, dude.
Did he get picked this tournament at all?
At the very start, for sure. There were actually like quite a few lion
Oracle pickers?
picks there. Yeah, there were a lot of Oracle pickers actually.
That's
9 Lion games so far. All picks. And he's doing all right. He's 4 and 5. It's not terrible.
Alchemist with 1 game, 1 loss. I think.
Wow, yeah. 1 game, 1 loss for Alk. We had 1 game for Winter Wyvern, Morphling. Even Monkey King has 2 games. Jeez.
That's kind of insane.
You know you're in trouble when Monkey King's getting picked more than you after those nerfs.
2. Where's Oracle? Is he like 3 or 4 probably?
Let's see.
Hey,
17 games, 60% win rate.
More games than Viper, and Viper has a 31% win rate. Oh, that feels nice. The Viper fan.
Yeah. The picks are they're fairly balanced actually. It's a decent spread. You know, there's definitely a top heavy group of like the top anyone above like 75 is pretty ridiculous. Even like Legion Commander at 76 picks, very popular heroes, and then we get into this really big mid tier. This is what's so beautiful about Dota 2.
It's great. It makes it so interesting. There's a lot of cover picks out there for different teams. Of course, they're all very varied. So it is amazing to see how these teams decide to get the heroes that they love to play. And we will jump into the game, and we will see how Tomato does again on the Viper, and if it's going to be a quick 3-0 for Infamous to get to TI, or if SG Esports have the fortitude to come back. The willpower, even.
I got to go with my Lion. I think he's got it. I don't know, man. Viper and Lion on the same team.
I don't feel as confident for Infamous this time around as I do. SG Esports, they have such good lanes, and it always gets bad. Excel and KRD are going to find each other. Team with the first barracks kill, by the way. I would assume Infamous, but that's just because they have a good pushing team. Well, there's a Weaver and Leon, and that's pretty good too. Man, I don't know.
It's a tough call.
That's a tough one.
I'm just clicking things.
Team with the most... Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Team with the most green. Pure damage. This one I have to think about. Pure magical damage. Poison attack is magical, I believe. So that could be it. Lena's pretty good, though. I would say Lena probably. And then longest skill streak. Alright. I'm happy with these. There's a fight breaking out, potentially, although HFN Gucci's away.
Same thing again.
Yeah.
It's getting aggressive.
Infamous did so, I think, in the last 2 games, getting first blood each time. This time they will not have that first blood to fall back on. Instead, it will just be 2 runes for them, 2 aside, and we'll see how these lanes shape up. HFN's already moving towards the top lane, it looks like. Change the lanes up and send Tavo down bottom, as they know there is an aggressive tri-lane coming in, or an aggressive dual lane, potentially, from Infamous. No, it's an aggro tri.
Once again, it's all about this idea of giving Tavo, I think, quite a bit. He works pretty well in these scenarios. The ward does not block the camps. It's only going to be giving vision down here, so Tavo will still have something to work with here. Definitely goes best if they have rotated out at that point. I think they do want the Weaver matchup as well up against the Razor, so yeah, we'll see if we get musical lanes going.
That's what I kind of expect. We saw it yesterday, I think, from Infamous, I believe. And I imagine we'll see it again. You can already see down here, Excel has a TP scroll, so he's ready to move.
Yeah.
And there will be a dueling top, King RD along with HFN, so they actually don't have the Ancient Apparition. He's starting mid for Cats, and so that means Tomato will have to back up.
It's a good choice.
He's holding on to the point. He went Poison Attack last time, but Nether Toxin might be better in just terms of getting off to a faster start. Ooh. And yeah, the TP's already coming out from, I think, Excel. Yeah, that's it. KRD will take some sticky napalm stacks, and that'll do it.
I like this choice, though, having Cat just in the mid lane. I think you want to put as much pressure on Tomato as you can. Just make sure it's really easy for ADR first. So Lion has made his rotation up to the top lane. We'll see if Weaver's happy with the situation. Generally, Weaver is happy up against the Batrider, but we might see him stay up here to like level 3 or 4, you know, even a little bit higher, and then try and put some pressure on the Razor to slow down that farm. And let's see what they want to do. Sentry thrown down, but
they already dropped.
There's no ward there.
Yeah. I was like, what was that for? It's not for the ward because there isn't one there.
Just hoping they can get some sort of play onto the Weaver, I guess, and hope they can hold the wave here and just constantly deal with him during Jacuzzi. Tries to make an aggressive play.
So Earthspike goes out, but Cell, of course, no Arcane Aura kind of thing. Like the CM, he will have his mana drain later on in the game once he gets to a couple levels. But for now, he's got to clear it up. King Tekka also has 1 mango, but that is it.
And you can see Cat's ready. Like, a lot of times you'll have that swarm a little earlier just to try and be aggressive in the lane, but already ready for the rotation.
King Tekka should be giving away first blood. Earthspike, 1 more auto attack. They just need 1. He's behind the tower. I cannot believe he made it out alive. The Cold Feet did not proc. Maybe it was the Windlace. Maybe it was something just not enough in terms of damage. They couldn't quite bring it down. It was
so well thought out by SG Esports too. Like, it was right when Cat hit 2, he's rotating up, and he took the Geminate attack to make sure he'd get the double, and it just did not work.
That is First spike to go.
Oh,
but
mid
will not
lane,
hit.
he's smoked up. He's going to see this courier.
Oh, the scan comes out, though. It looks like ADR knows this is coming. That is the perfect time for a scan. Wow. They've been on point with these scans. And
judging by his... Yeah, that's very nice, actually. I'm not going to find the courier either. He only has a sentry, too. Doesn't even have a ward to place
it's coming
down.
back, actually. But they have no vision. They will break the smoke momentarily.
Dude,
ADR.
she is looking.
He will try to find it, but already Matthew's too far away. He has the win-lace move speed. King Tech is starting to get zoned out. They will give a free lane down bottom to the Razor, pretty much. But it's not like... Tavo actually is sitting only at 2 last hits, so he's had a pretty rough time as of recently, but now we'll finally get some moves to work with. So yeah. Okay. Not much going on. A lot of fighting. Good farm for the lane at 21 last hits. Tomato's 9. Again, sort of happened last game with the SF, but it's not looking that great again for Tomato to start off with.
Yeah, we're going to have to try and catch up here as he does get some probably higher points than the other Toxin. It's not quite as bad as last game, as you were saying. He does at least have the 2 points in that corrosive skin to throw some hate back over to ADRs. Matthew will need a pause here, but certainly looking forward to when King Tekka does get that lasso up and watch his rotations with the line. This used to be kind of an old classic where you'd have line and Batrider because the lasso comes out doing all this damage. You can keep chain stunning him, but if it's someone who's extra tanky, you just throw out the finger.
Yep.
Make sure you guarantee that kill, and life's easy. And up against a Weaver, there's that extra value of being someone so squishy, and the double stun is it's like he's a hero that can just do so much on his own. You know, you don't have to rely on your other support so much, and that frees up a lot for Matthew. He can be targeting someone in the back lines, like this Ancient Apparition, if he happens to trying to be closest in his cold feet or closest in your Ice Vortex. There's so much value to an AA that actually sticks around now and isn't flying from across the map.
Yeah, I'm liking to be in fights, and we'll see if that's going to be the case. The Lina, however... So Tomato, by the way, does go for that 2 points of the corrosive skin as anticipated. He didn't do it, I think, last game. He went like...
No, he went 2-2.
2-2. Yeah, 2-2-0, actually, in fact.
Yeah.
So it's a completely different build to be expected when you're against this Lina, who is right now off the map getting bounty runes and kind of, I think, just taking jungle stacks. Because the lane was kind of far
and
pushed
King
in for
RD's
Tomato.
going to even secure up a regen rune here. And Matthew can't even force him off of it. Can't, like, force the regen grab. And
King
now he's gonna
Tekka
be
is
too
on the
late.
way, but he's not going to find it in time. So... Warrior will grab it. He will back away with a regen rune intel, which is
That's
pretty
huge.
good. Yeah, that's very solid for him.
Like he
Self-farming
needs
very
to
well.
keep an edge going for himself in this lane because it's going to get tougher and tougher as more levels are packed on the Tomato here.
And they even rotate the AA back over as well, makes Tomato's life a little bit harder.
3 points corrosive now. He's waiting for that big gank to come in.
I don't know if it will, because it's not like he's really winning the lane. He is starting to catch
Dude,
up.
he's got a big level advantage over him. Tomato.
Yeah, that's true. Again, probably because the supports have been there for the entire time, and ADR has been out of the lane a fair bit.
Isn't that rotation we were looking for too? Around like the fourth level or something like that. Razor goes back up to the top lane, Batrider comes down bottom, and then try and put some pressure onto this tower.
Matthew has been smoked up. They're going to try to make it go. Tomato, they're going to turn on their C4T. The battery Sultan Cogs are there. The cold feet, though. And Tomato needs to get a couple more auto attacks to get this. LSA comes out, and Tomato walking up means he will go down. First blood, bit of a bait. Matthew trying too hard to find this kill, and Tomato turning around when he was very low already means that it will be almost a 2-for-1. And Infamous will lose their big mid laner early on into the game.
And we just throw down the regen rune and we can do it all again.
Yes, he's feeling good.
He's one of the best.
Yeah, that was... Matthew is struggling in experience right now. And I know this is probably expected from a Clockwork, but it feels like it's too much almost. Level 2's still at 6 minutes into the game or thereabouts.
Yeah, not really finding his place, like in the mid lane or something like that. Doesn't have the best heroes to do it with, maybe that's the problem. Like with the Razor or something, you need a really good wrap to create this moment where there's going to be a good stack link to get off. Viper slow isn't that effective at such a low level. Only a single point when he needs his corrosive skin to be survivable. It's like a 10%, so difficult to do too much as Matthew. Definitely a lot of pressure on him. At least he spots King RD here.
Yeah. His sentry dropped down. Matthew will see him. Cat roaming up as well. A lot of pressure already on this tower. This tier 1 is in some trouble. It's below 50% HP. The siege creep is doing even more. They will back up. They drop a ward down on the high ground.
Yeah, 4 heroes here. Like Tavo's up top, just pressuring, stealing the bounty rune, taking some small camps, and he goes back for his own bounty rune. 3 heroes in the mid lane, and once again, it's all alone HFN, just trying to push in this tower, put some pressure onto King Tekka, and not let him get out of control like he has been in the previous 2 games.
Oh, he Viper struck too, but Matthew wasn't nearby enough. Usually when you have boots and you have Viper Strike, you're able to get a kill if you have a support nearby, but it's not the case. Lena's pretty fast too with Fiery Soul. So 40R is able to get away just fine. Now a rotation bottom, a smoke up, and could be King Tekka dead. He's got Firefly, Weaver coming in. Nick's looking for a mana burn, looking for an Impale as well as Spike Carapace. That should be enough to secure the kill. Earth Spike to fly out, the Flame Break push back, and now KeyArena might get caught here. Excel looking for a couple more auto attacks. Now the static with the Plasma Field is just enough. Can they find this Weaver? HFN, no Scoochie for 5 seconds. They need another Earth Spike, one more auto attack, and they won't find him. HFN will Scoochie away again here. Matthew coming through.
Oh, Excel's trapped. The creeps. No.
Oh, he's dead. He's got to turn back around too. That's huge. HFN getting an extra kill that he probably shouldn't have even gotten. The Plasma Field not there in time. HFN, despite losing 126 damage, is still able to do enough to bring Excel down. A bit unfortunate for the line support, and now they're looking for mid. HFN is going all the way around. They're setting up for a gank here and trying to push in. KeyArena looking for something. Not able to find it. Spike Carapace not going. HFN, Scoochie's right there. He gets one auto attack as he gets under the tower. Very dangerous. They will take it. Matthew cannot find any initiation. And also coming in is Benhaz, and already a tier 1 tower taken down at 7 minutes 50 seconds, going the way of SG Esports.
Yeah, TP way out on the back lines. Weaver will make it okay. And tower down. KeyArena and Matthew, the battle of these bullying supports. KeyArena on top by quite a bit.
All right, so this is another good start for SG Esports in the landing phase. But that's happened before. And I don't know. I mean, this looks way better than some of the other starts they've had, though. Lina is crushing it. They've killed Tomato once. They've stopped and slowed down the farm of King Tekka with a kill. They've gotten the tier 1 tower mid.
Oh, and again, this Carapace into stun is so obnoxious. Laguna Blade.
It should be enough with one auto attack. Maybe not.
Finish him.
He actually didn't finish him. He left. He didn't want to get caught, and King Tekka will survive, and they will turn it into one kill. Earth Spike not there in time. Very close for Excel.
Yeah, it just goes for it. Might as well. Hope for the best.
That was sketchy. And I guess the thing is, if that Lina doesn't start moving at that point, she's probably dead. Maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. One more right click though, it hurts. One more weedy dude, you know, bigger breakfast. Maybe would have had that one. That's all it takes. HFN looking towards the early Lincoln Sphere. Pretty good game for it. It's the Bat Rider, of course.
That TP took forever.
Really did.
Firefly to come through, but he's fine. Forces it out. If they had detection, maybe they could find it. They don't have lasso yet. He is level 7. He's holding the point, I believe. He's actually 5 points, so he's holding 2 points right now.
That's a little weird.
That's kind of strange, but alright.
Really doesn't know what he wants.
I guess not, yeah.
That can be tough, you know, if you're fighting, sometimes maybe you want a little bit more in the sticky napalm. It can be pretty bad. Very disruptive to certain people, especially someone like a Weaver.
Alright, level 4 for the Clockwork. He's actually, the supports on Infamous aren't doing that poorly. You already have level 5 for Excel. He's going to have that finger pretty soon. It's going to be pretty nice to have to burst down some of these heroes. Again, they did take that tier 1 tower down mid, so there's a little bit more map control for SG Esports.
He got the boys. He can farm those ancients.
Oh.
I guess he didn't notice, though.
He will see. He's still got the Firefly.
Can he get a stack? No, you don't want stack.
Matthew's going to see it now, I think.
They're pretty different. I mean, yeah, you can definitely do them. It takes a lot of mana, but it's pretty worse when you're right. Oh, nice. That was good, though. He got it with the double stack. That's a better play anyway.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That is pretty good. All right. It's modeled building into the Dragonlance. I think it's Drum for Razor. He's been building it every game, or rather, we've seen it built every game on Razor.
And he really likes the SNY, which is kind of cool. Not too many Razors opting for that. Been quite a few evolutions of the hero over the past while.
I think it might have been him when we first started seeing Razor again. It was like, I think it was Benhaz doing like Phase Drum SNY Aghanims. I know that like Aghanims was purchased for somebody.
Yeah, he did that in one of his games already. This run with that exact build, so... no, everyone's kind of off the old... Oh, nice.
This could be troublesome. It's good Spike Carapace. Tabo is rotating up. 40R. Burrow Strike to fall up. And this should be a dead Benhaz as they have the LSA to follow up, and they're waiting, trying to bring it down with Laguna Blade. They will trade for a support bottom, but Excel should be next. He's got an Earth Spike, and he gets it onto 2, but Tabo's coming in. He actually doesn't have the mana for Burrow. Now he does. No TP's coming out, and this is a dead hero. So a double kill for 40R. Very good start for this Lina. Feeling very strong and going 4-staff first against this Clockwork from Infamous.
Yeah, and this is definitely the terrifying part about their draft, is that they do have an insane amount of just chain stuns. And, you know, that's why you look towards this, like, Oracle or some kind of hero like that maybe in the end, but they went for the aggressive choice instead of the Lion. So it can look pretty rough early, but if this mid-game, they get ahead with King Tekka and some sort of a Blink and 4-staff, and that's when the Lion can really light things up and also gives you a chance of killing a Weaver. Then, you know, these Witch Doctor, Dazzle heroes, they just don't have the tools to deal with a Weaver like someone like Lion does. So it's rough now, but could pay off later.
Nice shot. Wow, that just barely hit on the cat. They're looking for 2. They will only find, it looks like 1 maybe. HFN, he's able to get out with the Shikuchi just in time. They don't have the detection. He will be
Top lane.
spotted. Epicenter coming in. They're going to try to find Benhaz again. There's a Dragon Slave, and he should fall. LSA, it misses. Can he make it out? He's got his south. He will use it, and it might be in time. The Caustic Finale. They need one more auto attack.
God.
They can't find him again. Another narrow escape. Here comes King RD. The battery sold it. Rather, the Cogs will push him back. They'll find the Earth Spike. Viper Strike. They need ADR. They're going to try to find him. The LSA to try to cover his retreat. There's that finger. Dead in the dirt is ADR, and they're going to find more. King RD flared up, dropped down. Tava will be next. He has a TP scroll, but can he get out? He has no mana to do so, and here comes Tomato, the big bad Viper. A couple of auto attacks. The Cog push back. King Tekka gets the kill. He picks up the Blink Dagger, and it is 3 down for SG Esports
They even
again.
get Tavo's Quelling Blade. Which is the real grab.
Just fantastic. Oh my god. That was
Almost
spicy.
works.
Radiant's top
Oh
tower
man,
is
that
under
is
attack.
brutal. That, oh god, it feels like this every time for SG Esports. They're so close,
close.
and then just something
Patience
happens.
from
Something
Zone.
goes
So
wrong.
close.
Like you kill that Razor, feels
They
so
missed the
good.
LSA barely.
Yeah.
40R's kidding himself, man. ADR is like, I can't believe I missed that. I don't know. That's not. It's just rough. It's just unfortunate. It's just unlucky, I would call it, if anything. And then it just turns around drastically. Infamous are able to capitalize on some of these, I wouldn't call them mistakes, but better situations. And they're able to turn it around pretty crazily like they did there. And now it's going to get harder as that Blink Dagger is up for King Tekka. You have level 6 for the Clockwork. Obviously, he had it before. You have the level 6 for the line. Obviously, he used it before. So all of a sudden, you have a pretty good timing window here. SG Esports still have a slight advantage. King RD is invisible. The Vendetta is going. They're looking for Tomato. This would be the biggest pick if they could find it. They are
There's a
about to walk
sentry there.
into a sentry, though. They've got Lasso. King Tekka won't use his Lasso. Not yet. Viper Strike comes through. He gets it off. At least the Spike Carapace now coming in the Burrow Strike. The LSA, they want King Tekka, but a great Earth Spike coming out. They will get King RD. They will turn and kill King Tekka, though, and Davo will be next. It looks like the Ice Flash coming through. It does hit on Doxel a lot of damage.
Oh, he's gonna die.
I think he's shattering here. Yeah, he's definitely dead. And it's going to be 2 kills per side. So,
Wow.
so
Considering they had vision of him to start, that it went way better for SG Sports than you'd
Yes.
think it would have. They were maybe mind gaming a bit too much and just like too worried about when the Carapace was going to happen.
where's
And
Matthew going?
do I want to lasso this guy? You know, stuff like that.
Matthew, this is not the play I'm going. Well, what? This is crazy. He's going to get Laguna Bladed, but he has the range ups. Gets forced away, though. He has it already, and that should be it. They missed the LSA again. Matthew trying to run. He's got stick charges. He's going to fall. I don't know about that. Maybe he didn't know about the force step.
He must not know about the Force Staff. That's the only explanation. That was the oddest play I've ever seen from
Lasso
Matthew
bottom on
in my
Cat.
life.
He's going to go for the TP, and he will burn to death before he can make it out, sadly. All right, well.
Lasso and 2 players in Fog. It's all right. Well, we're gonna forget that one, I guess. But
Let's just leave it
we're
behind.
gonna let it go.
Dire's top tower is
Sometimes
Everyone
it happens, man. These are tense games.
I gotta say, despite
Sometimes you drop your Quelling Blade. Sometimes you hook Arena.
Patience from Zone.
That's just the life.
it is
Nice catch on that kill in the mid lanes. Tavo does escape to the bottom, into the river.
hook shot,
He's the bottom feeder.
and it looks like
Get
he's
it?
dead.
Because he's dying.
I got it.
And he's in the water.
I got it.
He's a bottom feeder.
I get it.
That was, that was pretty funny.
Well done, Trent.
Thanks, guys.
I was
Oh,
laughing
jeez.
hard earlier, and now I just have a laugh.
That's good.
All right, we have the SMY coming out for Tomato. What was I gonna say?
Not the SNY as well for. Oh, is this what he did earlier? He went the drums and the pipe into
Pipe?
the
He did, I think.
something. Remember
Might
we
have
were
been
like, this
yesterday.
would be a good egg. Oh, he went Solar Crest. No, it was earlier.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll see if he does the same build here.
That's right.
Wait,
He was gonna go for SMY, then he yeah. Okay.
so who was that playing it though?
It was
Was it Ben Haas?
Ben. No,
it
it was
couldn't have been.
HF. It was HF.
It was HFN, right?
It was
Yeah.
HFN.
It's kind of funny.
All right, we have a smoke at the seat. They are looking for ADR. The Weaver is there as well with no Lincoln Sphere. He might be dead, actually.
All right, no, we're crazy. It was game 1 of the series.
Oh.
It's been a long week, guys. I'm sorry.
Oh, they aren't going to find... Oh, they're going to find Captain.
I knew it was Ben Haas.
Epicenter on it to the Burrow Strike. The counter initiation. Tomato Gold Beaten will fall. Beautifully done. The last one coming out. ADR taking a fair bit of damage. The Cog push. He's so low. They need an auto attack. They can't find him. He's not there. They're instead looking for Tavo, and he's going to survive. It goes both ways, ladies and gentlemen. The Spike Carapace as well coming out. It's going to be a 3-for-1. SG turning it around. and Ben Haas and Matthew trying to lead, but it looks like it will be a 4-for-1 as the Urn taking him down with Chikuchi coming in. One more auto attack. It does miss, but there's no trying to save him. It is going to be HFN getting the dominating spree. So just like that, with a counter initiation from Tabo with a Blink Dagger, it is enough to turn that fight and this game around pretty much completely.
Yep, so desperately needed. Considering you just won that fight without a single spell cast from Lina, that is massive. At least like no Laguna Blade, couldn't get a second round off or volley of any of his other spells. He had to escape at such low HP, so very nice stuff here. Look at the levels too, level 9 and almost a half here on this mixed assassin, still staying well ahead of his clockwork, and levels just so important on this hero. Much like clockwork, like you often skip the level 10 talents. You just want all these points in your other skills and abilities. Nyx especially, the mana burn's so good, the Carapace maxed out.
Oh, King Tekka.
And he goes for stun, but it's all on the high ground with the AA Ice Blast. Oh, nice. And that's what you're talking about exactly. The lasso, Raiden, and just non-stop single target stun.
Man, SG, they might have turned the corner. It was looking like things were going to turn around again for Infamous in like that mid-game, which has happened every single time in this series. And I think they've gotten past the scariest part, especially against a Viper. You know, he's still doing well. He's still pretty tanky.
Now, we said this game 1 too. It looked exactly the same too, though. It was like, okay, they're ahead of the Viper. They have an anti-mage. This looks really good. Yeah. And they still, you know, they ran into some issues.
I do think that this is a bit more... This is a bit better for SG Sports in those first 2 games, though. We shall see if that is in fact the case. They need this 4-step from King Tekka. They could use some more items all around the board, really. The detection is going to be important. The thing is, this Weaver's he's got his Lincoln Sphere, so he's pretty much past the most important part of the game for himself in terms of not getting lassoed. Is there anything that could break it easily, like Static Link or Blink Earth Strike or Earth Spike? Well, this line I don't think has it. You know.
No, it's pretty difficult. It's basically just mana drain. It's like the best ability you have, and it's not even the biggest distance.
Maybe Viper Strike, I guess, but it's pretty slow. It comes out pretty late. Yeah, really long animation. It should be fine.
So overall, it just had to be his own 4-staff that King Tekka relies on. So the best way to counter is to get like a second 4-staff so that he can blink 4-staff lasso and someone else 4-staffs the bat towards your team.
They need a sentry like right now. Vendetta and Pale coming out. They want to get this kill. There's going to be the Ice Blast to follow. King Tekka in trouble coming through, and they're going to grab 2 again. And they're going to come in too late. Infamous are going to try to find this. They will at least get 1 as the Earth Spike comes in, or not. They didn't hit him. Tabo's going to get out. Nope, here comes the Viper to come through. King RD does hit up on that Impale. HFN trying to fly away. He will get out.
They need the hit and run, man. They got their 2-man combo.
Oh, he's actually going to make it out, I think. Yes, the Spike Carapace is so good.
Oh, but he has no TP. Look out!
Laguna Blade coming out. Here's the Viper Strike. They're going to turn this, and if they can get this kill, it would be huge. The LSA, he's got no TP scroll, and will take down. It's a 3-for-2 trade, as I believe they will get another on the back lines. That is gigantic. At least they get the Lina, but it is still pretty bad, all things considered, for Infamous there, losing another 3 heroes. Well, actually, they got a 500 advantage out of it. Mostly the Viper, though.
Yeah, I guess because they're up 3K, so the comeback mechanics and whatnot happening there. But in the end, not much of an advantage differential, I don't think. Okay, they lost like 1, they're down like 2. Okay, we're straddling the line of 2 to 3K here, so maybe it was like high 3Ks that they were leading, as we don't have the exact numbers quite yet. Oh, yeah, indeed it was. It's like 3,900. But, either way. The Excel, that was a nice play, right? He goes to the man drain. He's like, all right, if he turns to kill me, but yeah, he's dead. So the Lina makes the turn. Viper kills her. Excel's fine with this.
If it was anybody else, even the Razor, I think that's probably pretty good for ADR, but giving it to the Viper, who now has his so he was level 14. He didn't actually have his 175 health talent, or obviously the 60 ability talent 15 yet. Oh, Viper Strike will break the Lincoln Sphere. He will time lapse back, and that'll be that. It looks like they didn't really need to gem 2, I think. But anyways, so he just got his 2 talents on the Viper as he's 16 now, which means this gets a little bit easier for Tomato. He has the top net worth now. Something to keep in mind. So maybe this Viper can turn things around. But again, SG Sports is still a very good spot. It is still very even. 3,000, almost 4,000. But and another thing also, there's every tower still available for Infamous. Every single one.
True. I think my MVP so far this game is probably King RD. The scouting has been amazing, and he always has these 2-man impales. He's going to look for another one here to try and set up into the Blink Burrow Strike. Oh, the scan, they know.
Yeah, Dust will come out. Hook shot will be there in time before the Spike Carapace. Now it's there. Will they dive behind the tower? The Ice Blast will come through on it too. The cog push back, and they can't get the Burrow Strike off in time. The epicenter, he doesn't have the mana for it. Benja is still in a lot of trouble.
Combo breaker.
They need more detection. Tavo has been spotted out the Viper Strike, and Tavo will drop down. They're looking for more ADR on the back lines. They get off the Earth Spike along with another kill going the way of King Tekka with the Firefly. 3-4-0, and they're still looking. They have a sentry here. Matthew about to get turned down, perhaps by HFN. They need to find something. They don't have lasso. They don't have any real way to break this. And I think he's just going to win.
Not going to have it. Wow, and there I go, singing King Tekka's praises, and finally one fails. It's a very difficult thing to execute. You know, this isn't just like Chrono +1 thing. This is a Vendetta into 2-man stun, into Blink, into 2-man Burrow Strike. The whole time the Ice Blast is flying, and then you're trying to have ADR follow through to clean up the pieces. Like, it's extremely difficult, and they've been executing it really well, and I do think King Tekka's, or rather King RD is the big reason for that. But speaking of King Tekka, mid lane, he's going to wander himself in. Was a little worried he might have had 4-staff there, but it's not quite finished yet, although he does have the gold for it.
My god. Excel is so poor. He just has Tranquil Boots. They really need to get some detection on the map. That is something that he desperately needs. You can even see him just trying to farm at just any camps he can.
Yeah, we'll probably start seeing some wars come up from Matthew. I think he has everything that he needs to be effective this game, in comparison to how good Blink Line will be.
We shall see if he can attempt to do detection down. There is ATP coming in Ice Blast to fly through, just looking like they want to go on Excel. He is probably dead. Yes, he is. Shadow will come out. He's done so. That's a vision. They know that there's a ward here probably now. There's a good chance.
You on your mid. A lot of rotations coming through.
Uh-oh, Ben Haas.
How do you kick this off?
Cold feet, apparently. And then back.
Like, Tavo's over here, and they just saw him. Excel's pinging.
They go.
He's dead. He's the over vision here. Overwatch, but...
Alright, so... Oh, man, they really need a tower. They need some map control for Infamous. They can't find it right now. They have the pipe up for the Razor. He is going for the Soul Crest again, as we saw previously. Infamous still in some trouble. HSG doing a great job, but it feels like they're barely hanging on right now. Despite this big net worth that this Weaver has, he doesn't have the damage item yet, and that's going to come in the Diffusal play. And with that makes things a whole lot easier. Tavo looking for a Burrow Strike here, but King Tekka is going to get out of the Ice Blast, which will keep him alive. Matthew thinking about where to drop the sentry, and he will just get it. Although it was about to fall anyways. 30 seconds.
Well, we'll see. Once they have the Solar Crest up, maybe that'll be the time for them to head into the Roche Pit. Try and take down this beast rather quickly. Radiant can also opt in towards it themselves, using the Weaver, the bugs. Very handy tool for it, but they're going to have to hit one of these big combos somewhere near the pit. You know, they take a fight in here, and, well, the Dire know that as well, because as you were saying, Sentry. Now we got how about a Sentry? You know what would be really great right here? How about another Sentry? This poor Lion.
They're like, at some point we need to buy a gem.
Yeah. And like, mind you, the one, look at this Radiant Ward though. Like, the one spot.
Area, yeah. Maybe they'll drop another sentry there. Can they actually get this tower? Probably not. KeyArena's coming in, and it's already...
I think they can get it. Tavo's at bottom lane. He can't get here in time.
But the thing is, can they get this tower for free? And I mean...
All right, Tavo's coming out, but they see it.
Yeah, they need to leave now.
And there's fire on the tank when he comes in.
They got the tower. KeyArena is on the hunt. He has BKB, but if he gets stun locked, that's it. No, this isn't going to work, buddy. This might be a dead hero. They need an LSA or a Burrow Strike. He's going to try to turn on KeyArena. Here we go. TP out from KeyArena. He will make it. No, just actually gets caught. The Ice Blast will come through, but that won't do nearly enough as the BKB is still rolling. HFN is chasing after King Tekka. The Diffusal Blade will go. He will blink. That was beautifully done, but Shikuchi's still chasing him. They need more help coming out. Tomato now pretty low. The Burrow Strike. He's in trouble. The hookshot. The force death is there. They need something. Tavo hookshot going into the creeps instead of the back line. Now Matthew getting confused up. This is troublesome. The LSA will go through. He will go down. It will be a trade. It's a 2-for-1 so far. In the meantime, the AA is completely across the map. Can they find anything else? Lasso. They've got it. ADR. They're going to turn and fight. Ben Haas pretty low. Now HFN has to run. ADR will get dropped down. Can they find this Weaver? He's so tough to take down. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if you just leave if you're Infamous. Ben Haas might go for a TP. He will buy one, I would imagine. Ice Blast coming in. Ben Haas will get hit, but where's the Weaver? I don't think it's enough to shatter him.
Oh, the creep spots him. The range creeps, though. They know he's lurking around here.
They're staying around him in it.
And remember, he has a pipe at 3.
Even if he kills him, he can just leave, though. That's the thing, I think. They don't have enough disables. Maybe with, like, Mana Drain Earth Spike? They're going to Shrine instead.
I think it's too scary.
Wow, what a fight coming out from Infamous again.
It honestly probably could have went even better if Matthew was able to find something, but unfortunately the hooked onto the creep wave, and he didn't even cancel the Epicenter. I thought that was really interesting. It was more like he just wanted to make sure there wasn't the follow-up from the Lina, because he understood that they were tanky enough to survive. And he was right. You know, that hookshot, if the Lina was closing in to look for the LSA, he possibly would have either hit her or he would have had the cogs off, but she was forced to back away because of him. Yep. So it looks bad for Matthew, but it's still a pretty fight-saving play.
Yeah, I think he did the right thing.
Yeah, like you're still getting in that fray that blocks everyone else off from cleaning up that Razor and forcing him to retreat.
Because he doesn't care if he dies. No. You lose Tomato or
he's the ward buyer, guys. He's, you know, he's got no gold anyway. He just goes down to 0 by
no, my next item, which I don't even know what it is even further away. What am I going to do?
And Lion's actually resorting to a blink. And he buys himself the bracer, and he's like, I'm never going to get a blink, guys.
He wants that gem.
I'm just getting the gem, yeah.
The gem is crucial this game.
Slap that baby on King Tekka.
All right, is Tomato able to do the same magic he was able to do last game?
The real question is, how do they approach Roche? Are they just going in?
I don't think so. I think they need
they want the kill. You know, you have a Bat Rider. You always want to go for the kill.
I think
that AA.
Tavo would be the best one. Yes, they're going straight for Tavo. They find the lasso. They're going to bring him down pretty quickly, too. I don't think there's any way they can save him. The Ice Blast will come out. It will sail through and not hit. KeyArena nearby. They need some protection. They won't drop anything yet. Battery Assault comes through. They're trying to find Cat, trying to TP. Not successful. The hook shot. Now the Earth Spike to fall. Can they get any more? KeyArena. Oh my god, he gets blown up by that finger. Laguna will go, and Excel is still fighting fit. Now they're looking to break this Linkage Sphere, and they will, but they will lose Excel in the meantime. They drop the Sentry, and they will drop ADR as well in the back lines. Tomato coming through. It's 4 dead. Infamous, how do they do it every time? It's insane.
It's the vision, man. It's so good. Catching Tavo was just brutal. That scan was so good. They were just like, maybe there's someone in here farming, so they slap a ward on the high ground, they blink on him. The best possible target, without question.
Yeah.
And plus the Nyx wasn't there. He was in the mid, so had they jumped someone in the mid, maybe there was a chance of the Carapace coming out. Like, he was hiding in the trees, kind of expecting this aggression, but sadly it was the one hero that he wasn't able to save, and all works out perfectly for Infamous. Now they can even back towards Roche potentially. They would love to get a free pick.
I don't know if they can. ADR is up in 10 seconds. Although they just use Ice Blast, but I don't think they do this fast enough.
No, it's not worth it right now. Everyone's missing. They already used that Shrine last time.
Yeah,
this is chill out.
This is the right play. You've gotten yourself a nice little advantage for Infamous, but again, SG still has. This is still only a 2K lead. This is nothing. You know, this is still. This Weaver is still out of control. He has yet to die. He has a Diffusal Blade. He's trying to get to a BKB next to have full defensive capabilities so he can just stand and deliver instead of just trying to skitter around and hope that his Linkage Sphere doesn't break. So he gets this BKB and things get a lot easier for HFN and SG Esports. And I imagine he will get there very soon as he's already got 2,200 gold in the bank. And SG Sports are still very much alive. ADR, though, at 4 Bloodstone charges. He's been getting caught. He's been slowing down a lot. Still the same net worth as Super Benjaz, but the 4 Bloodstone charges is pretty rough.
Right now, they're just kind of following around HFN. Sticking together. Try not to get lassoed.
Save the gem on King Tekka. His Firefly is about to be done, though.
This could be a great
he almost saw him. Did he? I don't think so. There was a ping. It was from the line. They're jumping in. Lasso to come through. Spike Carapace. They're going to find this. They're going to look for a hook shot. Misses. Viper Strike to come out. Ice Blast along with the Laguna coming through. Can they get ADR the BKB? They need to chase him down. It looks like they will. He has no way of getting out. No TP, and he will deny himself. He won't give that gold away. But again, the Bloodstone charges are now down to 3 and getting worse and worse as the game progresses. But immediately, SG head to this mid lane.
It's an instance of a rare time where you're, well, number one, happy Firefly's on cooldown because he Carapace and it didn't do anything to King Tekka. Just walks away, or you don't have Aghanims. That also gives damage.
It was so confused. The guy was like, why isn't he taking damage? He's got the last. Oh, there's no Firefly.
Yeah.
It's so weird to see sometimes. But they will push bottom. They're going to take maybe another tower. They have the Viper and Razor, which is more than enough, I think.
I would say so. This thing should be quite dead. Weaver just doing everything he can, trying to split push, has the Diffusal Blade, been using that to try and control up these heroes.
They might try to fight this. Tavo's coming in.
Yeah, I mean, we saw Tavo win a huge fight down here earlier today, but I don't know if we can do it again.
The clip will go, and Infamous are going to leave. They're like, this is not worth it. They're going to TP immediately. Can they take it out? Tomato, who will make it away? The Burrow Strike's not there in time. Ben Haas, he has no TP. He's getting it out of his backpack right now, trying to phase away. The drum is not there, but he will not get caught, it looks like, as they don't have HFN in time. And so they get out. They will not get the tower, though. It is sitting at 247 HP, but a good escape from Infamous to be sure.
Yeah, very scary stuff. Of course, it looks like, you know,
we can see where they are, but with the night vision, they have no idea that guy's just typing or TPing in front of their face. By the time they do, it's just a second too late.
Look at this. They're invading the enemy jungle. There is a Radiant Observer Ward. The vision advantage is there for SG, and Tavo finds at least an Invis rune. Now,
passing past the Radiant Ward, that is a big deal when they have this gem, but it's not going to end up mattering. They can just go down and clear up that tower. You can already see the drawings there. Saying, look, but get out of here. Like, we got this over here.
Man, King Tekka with the BKB is huge. No more spike hit. Well, the thing is, if
yeah, he's just gonna run over this fight. It's gonna be disgusting. I'm pretty sure. Like, it's all on Weaver to clean him up, and even he has a Maelstrom as part of his build, so a lot of that damage is gonna be negated.
Oh, he actually went the he didn't go the BKB. He had it shift queued. Went the Maelstrom.
Oh, on the Weaver?
Yeah. Interesting.
So they like the fact that bottom's being pushed by Tavo. When they went to go do it, they see him pushing it. They saw him TP in, I'm guessing, with the bots, and they said, all right, let's just go Roche, because we know Sand King can't join them.
They're looking to maybe go on to
this is a little bit risky, but Could be game ending if they grab him, of course.
Yeah. This is crazy. The Solar Crest, they're doing a lot of work. The Ice Blast is going to come through like massive show. Then just gets out of time. Tomato doesn't really care. He's BKB and he has Corrosive Skin.
He's just saying, can someone TP me or force staff me, please?
He's fine.
So they get a lot of damage onto him, but good play by Tabo to get all the pressure in the bottom lane, make his way back in time too, and now he just has the bots right back up.
Push maybe into the tier 3 top. I don't know if they have time.
They did use the shrine. They're just gonna go right back in. Get that ward. Oh, he's dodging. He's watching out for Ice Blast.
They smoked on Tabo already. They're trying to make it in time. No, I don't think so. They might be able to do something with this. No, not at all. That's the first rush of the game, by the way. TPing out already is King Tekka. Meanwhile, HFN is in the jungle. They don't know that, I don't think.
Oh, they see him.
Now.
There is a hook shot. Matthew wants this.
Oh, good dodge. That was
Juke.
beautiful. He needed to get that dodge or else he gets caught, and that's troublesome.
Yep.
Oh, man.
Tabo's right back down bottom, though, and again, he has his bots ready. So he can just kind of ditch into the trees, head into another lane, try to keep the pressure up. I really like the decision to go bots as well. Like, he went this blink right into bots and well, after the Midas, and since then he's been able to farm up into a Yule Scepter too, because he knew how this game was going to go. The 5-man was looking like he was going to be stronger from Infamous. They've been having some trouble, and so we have to expand ourselves into the late game and try and get more farm onto our Weaver and myself, if he's thinking of himself on the sinking. So bots are the best way to do it. Mid lane.
Lasso, they will find King RG again. They have the battery assault going. Maybe they turn this around from SG. They don't have any heroes nearby. King RG's going to try to get out. Spike here to go, but he's got to burn down and burn alive, and that's going to be a kill for King Tekka. Nicely done. Meanwhile, top lane, HFN is behind.
Just casually chilling next to each other.
Walks right by him.
Yep.
They're going to see him cut the creep wave. Can they kill him? They don't have Lasso. I don't think they can.
I think that's why he feels fine up here. He knows. Just has to do everything he can, even if it's very dangerous. We have the hook shot, but the range is just not there. There it was, but
they didn't have any way to cancel that.
Didn't have time. Yeah, the hook shot was just a little bit too far away.
Viper trying to go on ADR. No way of stopping this TP, and ADR will be fine. Burrow strike away as Excel's also trying to chase. He actually, remember when you said he's not going to be able to get Blink anytime soon?
Well, they did win a bunch of fights and take Roche.
That's
so
true.
That was a while ago. But you're right. He had given up hope. And he even bought a cloak.
I feel like that was like me calling you out, and that was not my intention.
Yeah, whatever, Mont.
God damn it.
You all heard it.
Do you remember when you were wrong?
S&Y also almost finished up here. So these are the S&Y brothers, Viper and Razor, two filthy lane dominators working together. These are some Baby Knight heroes right here, man.
That's actually the most true thing I've ever heard. You think of Baby Knight, you think of this and like OG.
Sniper. That's the other
one. That's it.
That guy's just nasty.
Oh, Baby Knight. It's hilarious. They are two nasty brothers, that's right. And they're getting bigger and bigger as the game progresses. Tomato, 19,000 net worth. I don't know how he does it with this hero, but he makes the right decision.
You know what's the most impressive, though? As much as we're talking about Infamous, because they're like winning fights and dictating the pace over the map, it's crazy how much they've kept his gold close from SG.
Yes,
like,
absolutely.
You look at the net worth and you're like, oh, who's winning? You know, like it just feels like there's so much more power inside of Infamous. They have the better initiation right now.
Ooh, what a time lapse. HFN is just, he is breaking ankles in the most serious of ways. It's actually nuts.
And then Tavo again up top. These bots, like, they really can't get a good handle on these lanes at the current moment, and they're going to have a hard time actually making good use of this Aegis. It gets easier when the cheese is added on as well, of course, because it doesn't expire. But we don't have that long left to go. Only 2 more minutes. So
yeah, I don't think they're going to get anything done with it.
I would like to see them try and force top and get this tower. That to me seems like the best one. Because if you can force out, this is game 3, get that last tier 2 and make it so that if you get in the base and take some big fights, you can mega. You know, you don't want to be the team that's forced to go back because you don't have enough time to get the tier 4s, but you can't clean up that last set of racks because that tier 2's out on the map. So put that pressure there, and look at the way they're doing it too. Kind of like a pincer maneuver where they're squeezing in both lanes and only offering up 1 to SG Esports right now. So they're all inning on it, which is fine, but it should work out better for Infamous.
I mean, they're going to probably trade. This tower's super low. Bottom, which, okay.
I think you're happier going high ground though. Just making sure you have your TPs, getting out of his backpack here for Benaz.
They really are trying to make this a serious play.
King Tekka buys the TP. Everyone's heading to the shop buying TPs. They know what they're about to do.
HFN has pushed the tier 2 tower. They're already TPing back on King Tekka.
He's gonna try and cancel this Weaver TP.
Weaver's already gone, I think. King Tekka's just trying to clear out the creep wave. They're going to come back, it looks like. And that's going to be 4 versus 5. TPing into the shrine is going to be the Weaver, but they have no way of stopping it. Now this could turn into a fight that maybe Infamous don't want to take. Although the Weaver breaks the Liquid Sphere, but he is going to be able to get out. And they've separated him. He's pretty far away, too. King RD might get jumped on. They're looking to
he
blink and
goes
excel. Earthspike can't find it. There's going to be...
Bad as the gem.
Man, that was...
I'm coming.
that
It
was
worked out,
sketchy.
though.
Yeah.
That's fine. They got the tower. Everything's still fine. They have the Aegis. They have one siege. They need to kill it. They're pinging it. They're saying, protect the siege engine.
HFN's going to cut the creep right.
Yeah, they
Hook
got
shot,
one, though.
They found King RD. There's going to be Cox 4 step away, though. He should be fine. In the meantime, there's going to be Excel throwing out that finger. And Matthew's solo.
He's got the blade mail off, though.
Now ADR, the shrine is there, and it's keeping him alive for now, but in the meantime,
That catapult, dude.
I can't believe it's still
so
alive.
clutch.
It's going to get the tier 3 tower, and they can just back. Uh-oh, Tomato might be in trouble. He has no BKB, but he does have the Aegis. It's about to actually expire.
Juke.
And it's now the Aegis is gone. He needs to leave, and they will be able to protect him. It looks like he's able to get out. They won't chase him down. They won't go up the high ground here for SG Esports. Tomato living dangerously, but now they can head to the shrine and take even more map control. Well, pretty much the first bit's map control, considering they've been having a tough time keeping these lanes so checked to begin with.
Just some excellent play in general, all around there. You can see them pinging the catapult. They understand exactly what's happening. They see the creep cut, and they're like, look, protect this thing. Make a barrier around it. Make sure that they're not going to get backdoor protection. It's huge. It allows them to get that tier 3. The dodge at the end there as well from Viper from that Ice Blast. And then even Matthew, he went down, but he got his blade mail off before that Laguna Blade. Took a third of her HP from the Lina, and she got forced off her own shrine because of it.
Yeah.
And now they're going to be able to clean up these shrines. That means the next Rosh is theirs. They play the slow game till the end, and this is what Infamous looked like in game number 1.
They're actually pushing in towards the base. They have a pretty deep... This is a board that I would not have expected ever to be up. And that's pretty good. It gets a lot of vision.
Yeah, that's a clutch one right there. It's a very tough dive, though. Even something like A would be nice, and this is where you expect them. That's why the sentry's here. You think the ward's going to be right here, looking for that Bat Rider or Clockwork Initiation. This will probably be a Matthew YOLO play. He doesn't have the Force Staff, so it's a little less effective than usual, but he goes in, gives the vision for the Bat Rider, and you follow up on the important target. He's going to try a Glimmer play instead.
They're going to go for King RD. They'll force him back up. BKB is there. This is a dead Nixon test.
Oh, the disruption.
They need to find 4ADR. They get the stun off as well. HFN taking a lot of damage as the time up. ADR gets forced back. They will kill 2. Now there's going to be the LC. They're diving too deep. Benhaz taking a lot of damage here. This is too much. The Ice Blast will go. Tomato wants the melee creep, or melee racks rather, but is it going to be enough? Tomato now getting turned on. The Burrow Strike will come through. He has no BKB. He's in trouble. He's going to try to find King RD, but he gets turned on. It is going to be 3 dead for Infamous. Can Benhaz get out? He has a TP scroll. He does have buyback. The Burrow Strike, and Benhaz will fall as well. They get the melee racks, but I don't know if that's worth it, Trent.
Yeah, it's a bit of a heavy price. Time will tell exactly how much the rating can get out of this one, but I did really like the initiation. I thought, like, even that back line, he was just like guerrilla warfare from Matthew. He just got in there, disrupted everything that he could, and getting the melee racks, a huge goal for them. King Tekko really can't go down here. He'll be okay.
Oh, man, they're probably going to have to buy back in both of these cores.
I don't know. They have Glyph. They can chill out. The wave is still...
It's 53 seconds. It's pushing in mid pretty hard.
Pushing in bottom as well. Pushing in top too. They're getting full control over the map. They've spread out so much that they're not immediately sieging mid. And with the finger still available, Glimmer Cape and whatnot, I think it is a little bit risky. This way, at least you're getting the full map control, and you can at least try and set yourself up in that next Roshan, and that should be the real goal, I feel like, for SG.
Yes. They want to try to get something out of this map. They're going to try to go for the Cockwood. The Gold Feet will go, but it's fine. Sabo looking for a bro. He will find it. He needs indeed the Ice Blast to come through. They get up the Spike Carapace along with the Impale. Now they've been dead the follow-up. There goes the BKB. They get the hook shot off onto HFN. There's no buyback still. Matthew's still able to get out for now. Time-lapse will come through. They are not focusing on the buildings. They use some shrines. Tabo looking for another bro. He misses on Excel, and HFN still chasing the Hex will go. He's still fine. The life drain, or rather mana drain, to come through King RD. Now they'll turn their attention back onto the building.
All right,
There's no glyph. They still have their racks, though. They will lose their tier 3 more than likely. Now they need to get out. Clockwork is TPing in. Looks like he didn't actually go for it. He cancels it in the end. They will be able to make it away because they did not have that Clockwork. The Shrine coming through. Viper trying to chase anybody that he can. HFN pops his BKB just to get out and will do so. Okay, so they don't have to buy back. They lose the tier 3 tower. That could have been so much worse for Infamous, and they somehow don't lose anybody to begin with in that fight.
God.
Seems crazy.
So worth it, though. You keep the buyback advantage, even if it's losing a tier 3. That is the best possible play, I think, from Infamous in that situation. Don't lose anyone. And, man, Excel played, like, absolutely to the limit in that fight. Even after he Glimmer Caped, he starts going with the mana trade. Like, this guy must be a Lion player. To go in for something like that, where you're using, like, the channeled spell during your invis just to annoy this stupid Weaver.
Got him.
I mean, I can remember some Excel Lion days way back in the day, but it's certainly been a while, at least for me, to cast it.
He's feeling it. They still don't have a way really to deal with this Weaver, though, and ADR has survived the last 4 fights and is starting to get some
he's 10-0-8, man.
This is getting interesting, to be sure.
All about Roche at this point, and Roche will respawn in 123. We have the official time now.
This is really starting to test the Tomato Viper in this game. He will get the next shrine, the last shrine, in fact, but we shall see. He's working on a butterfly next. He's built up the Talisman of Evasion. Does he have buyback? He needs 100 gold, so he should be fine getting that. No worries.
I think you get control here. Watch the runes. Try and get good ones for the Roche fight. It's past 40 minutes. There's 2. It's a huge deal lately. We've heard a couple pro players at the summit just talk about, like, they shouldn't be getting runes. If you're losing, like, and you're the winning team, much like Infamous kind of feel like they are, at least in terms of the map control right now, they need to deny out those big runes from the enemy team, because they can just be game ending, honestly. Yeah. Arcane, DD, even a regen in a bottle.
We've talked about it a little bit, especially in the mainstream, about double damage and just how good it feels in terms of winning a game.
Or taking Roche.
Yes. And that is the big rune. We just saw Tomato take a shrine with it. And that might not seem like a lot, but at this point, anything is good. So they are now starting to get a little bit of map control back from SG after taking that tier 3 tower. Guess what? It's another DD rune. Okay. And guess what's going to be up in 18 seconds?
Oh, it's Roche. And guess who has a flare and better vision control over the Roche pit? It's the Dire.
Yeah.
So
it's still pretty sketch for Infamous. They did just pick up a gem on the Nyx Assassin, so they'll be able to counter.
Oh my god, you have an illusion to scout it. Are you serious? Wait, what? Alright, it's gonna work out anyway, I'm sure. Oh, they're hooking.
Shot. They have found Cat. The dog pushed back. He is dead.
And let's just walk into Roche and
hey, good to
guys,
see you, buddy.
There's a Roche here.
Are they gonna smoke and try to contest this? Because this is Aegis and Cheese.
Can you fight with? I don't think you can fight without Ice Bar.
Probably.
You actually can't.
I think this is probably gonna be
This is, you know, we've seen some amazing plays. We've seen some crazy plays. I'm not sure which way to put it from both teams. Things happen that you're not expecting.
This is the most.
And I'm expecting an Infamous going up top and taking this game. The Aegis and the Cheese.
This is
so
the most unexpected game of Dota I've ever seen.
But we have to expect the unexpected. Because honestly, that's what this game has taught us so far.
This game is so crazy that SG can lose with Weaver not dying once. That's how crazy this game is. And I wouldn't be shocked to see that. However, SG still have a good defense at hand. They have some great players. Tabo, of course, on the Sand King, expected to make some big plays to turn this around. BKB is up, and it is a 10-second BKB duration for Benjaz. He is going to start building to the Aghanim Scepter, but every other item has been crucial along the way.
Oh, King Tekka's going to the Octarine. That is quite a bad item.
He's really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe it'll just be an Aghanim. We'll see. You know, he could just straight up buy it right now, but it's all on King Tekka. We've been seeing a lot of pings from him in the late game. He's throwing some out more right now. He's making the calls with the offlane, and this guy needs to find this big grab, and it's so tempting with that vision there. They can't de-ward right now. If they try, they're going to get force-staffed outside the base, so they have this free vision inside.
It's just going to go. They don't want to fight this.
Oh, he's coming to place the sentry. You got to be careful. Oh, who wants to get force-staffed? Who wants to stand still and hit the sword? Going to be fine. They're rotating to this side.
For nothing. This is dangerous. LSA will hit. Tomato might just have the Aegis. They're going to burrow. He's going to get forced away. He's going to get Lagoonaed as well, and now he's going to get to the low ground safe and sound.
They missed the jump.
Yeah, this is going to be probably a reset and nobody dying here, which I would assume favors Infamous. You wait till your BKBs are back up for King Tekka. His last is back up to 40, so you don't really need to try to push this in too quickly.
Hey, if you're Radiant, man, you just held. You didn't use anything too important. You know, you're throwing out these spells that they'll be back, you know, just as soon as the BKB's back.
He's actually going to buy Octarine. He's got
All right, well, so much for worrying about
buyback.
Lasso.
That is insane. You actually are in such a... This is not like you're super far ahead and you don't really think that they can come back if they kill you. Like, you bought an Octarine core and don't have buyback. You're crazy, King Tekka. You're actually insane. But that's fine. You know what? This is great Dota. I love it. Jump in. Earth Spike will hit. They need a lasso to fall, but it's not there in time. They know it. Now they're going to find the Burrow Spike. That will be Matthew. Gets forced himself back. Butterfly is now done for Tomato. The flare will come through. Tomato's still going to work on this creep wave. They will force him forward. He gets impaled as well. Like the spear will break. He does have his time lapse still up, ready to go. Lasso is ready. King Tekka holding on to it. The cold feet. He will get forced out. Now the burrow onto two. The fight about to break, and they will get Excel almost instantly. BKB, they want the lasso. Can they find it? Who is it on? It's the Weaver. They need to bring him down. The hook shot is there. He's got buyback. He might need to use it, and he will. He's going to get right back into the fray. The BKB pops. Aegis is down. Matthew is going to be next. They bought back in the line. He's trying to make it back into the fray. That is Matthew down the burrow trick. BKB in time from Tomato. Beautifully beautifully done. Viper Strike now, ADR getting forced into the high ground. Tavo is low. He's going to be able to use himself. King Tekka about to fall. Again, he doesn't have buyback. Something to keep in mind. King RD going to get caught next and dropped. An ultra kill for Tomato. The late game Viper. It is not a myth. And now he's looking for ADR as well. The LSA will just narrowly hit. He gets to the shrine in time. It is only the 2 cores left. The Weaver as well as the Lina. And they're about to lose 2 lanes of racks, both top and mid. HFN trying to get bottom to do anything he can. This is so close. They're about to get the Lincoln Sphere break. He's getting dropped. He's going to get the time lapse off in time. The Laguna Blade will come through, but does not too much except for bring Excel down. 2 gems on the deck. Now man fighting. HFN trying to do what he can. This is getting closer and closer to tier 3 tower. If they get Megas, it's almost certainly end, and it will be because they get the kill. Benjaz will fall, but it's too little too late. I don't know if ADR can do this on his own. Maybe with the help of the Ice Blast coming in. Now Tomato has to leave. The buyback from King RD. He will force himself away. He has a TP, but it's in his backpack. He has the BKB TP ready with no way to cancel it.
He's got no mana for it.
Yeah, he actually is just going to have to run, but he should be fine. They won't get Megas, and they will not win the game straight up for Infamous. But boy, do they do some serious damage.
Oh, there were some good plays during that fight too. The patience as well, just numerous waits on the Force staff, like ensuring that they were going to be able to save Matthew.
They get this little bit of debate outside the base too, and
just even like the Weaver, I thought he was going to clean that fight up. I was scared. Like I thought they were about to have to throw out some buybacks here from Infamous, but
dude, how is this Viper so farmed and does so much damage? Why can't I play like that?
Because it's not you, buddy. It's Tomato, and he
It
is absolutely destroying. 18, 3, and 10. There's a little prediction here on the side that says, who gets the longest kill streak? Well, I went with a 10, and that is the current one that we have in the lead from that Viper. He's destroying right now.
Yep, it is looking good for Infamous, but it is not over yet. We have 47 minutes into the game. We have how long in Roche? At least 3 minutes. Respawn time for Benjaz, 28 seconds. A couple of buybacks used on both sides, more particularly the Weaver.
Dude, these creeps are getting close.
They got
Tavo has an Arcane Rune. That's actually pretty nice. Might be something to stymie them for a bit longer. And they're getting a little close to that Razor. Maybe time to chill a bit. But they're also thinking that Radiant are, have the same idea. Where they're like, oh, why would they come in when the Razor's still dead, right? Oh, he's buying. He's
getting
boss.
channeled. Tomato. Does he get out the Force step away in time? The lasso was there as well. Onto ADR. They need to bring it down. I do believe he might have had back. No, he doesn't. Down for 64 seconds. The hook shot.
Razor
looking for the
bought
battery.
his spots.
So King RD is in trouble. He will try to TP home just barely, but will not make it the cog push. Matthew, beautifully done. Unbelievable. It will be Infamous, almost certainly taking it 3-0. They're going to TI, taking down SG. The beauties of the Kiev Major.
For the first time in the history of Dota 2, we had one squad make it to Frankfurt from the beautiful region, but this is the first time to get a direct regional invite to TI. Welcome to the international Infamous.
That is insane. They take them down 3-0, and again, dude, it was that rough laning stage that happened once more for